and good day. My name is Jürgen Steinmetz from eTurboNews, and this is a breaking news update. For more news updates and shows, please go to youtube.com/travel news group. youtube.com/travel news group. Here's our update.
EU and USA now open to African families, $45,000. Citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis are issued with passports that allow visa-free travel to more than 160 countries and territories worldwide, including all of the EU and access to the US. However, there are only a little more than 53,000 residents in the country, and besides beautiful beaches and tourism, the sale of citizenship to anyone with money in St. Kitts and Nevis means furthering the economic endeavors of the island nations and their people. World Tourism Network calls for clarification. This scheme is approved by the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis. It's aggressively marketed by a UK marketing company, pressuring people from third world countries to invest in St. Kitts to be rewarded with a citizenship, a passport, and no need to ever visit the island. While the challenge of the crisis has certainly lessened globally, mostly due to the rate of vaccinations and other preventative measures implemented, fear of the new mutating variant has led to nations like the United States, the United Kingdom, and numerous countries in the European Union to enforce travel restrictions on African countries. These bans have sparked outrage amongst African leaders who argue that travel restrictions do not solve the problem and only harm the economies of developing nations already struggling from the fallout of the pandemic. The World Tourism Network calls on countries named in this scheme, specifically the United States, Canada, UK, or the European Union, to clarify this sales pitch for citizenship made on behalf of the St. Kitts and Nevis government. World Tourism Network warns having a St. Kitts and Nevis citizenship makes no difference when it comes to travel restrictions put in place by countries. Such restrictions are not based on citizenship but based on where a person arrives from or resides. Banking on the economic fear in southern African nations after many countries closed borders to them, this misleading attempt by St. Kitts and Nevis together with 4 passports for the price of one offer is outrageous. This is an attempt to mislead or defraud, and a slap in the face to those that follow the rules and go through lengthy immigration procedures in countries like the United States, Canada, or in European countries. The press release circulated by UK-based CS Global Partners should raise eyebrows for those wanting to invest. There is a great Christmas special. Purchase one St. Kitts and Nevis passport and take you family of 4 for the same $45,000 price. Deadline December 31, 2021. St. Kitts and Nevis, officially the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis, is an island country in the West Indies. Located in the Leeward Islands chain of the Lesser Antilles, it is the smallest sovereign state in the Western Hemisphere, in both area and population, as well as the world's smallest sovereign federation. St. Kitts and Nevis is a sovereign, democratic, and federal state. It is a Commonwealth realm, a constitutional monarchy with the Queen of St. Christopher and Nevis, Elizabeth II, as its head of state. The Queen is represented in the country by a Governor-General, who acts on the advice of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. The Prime Minister is the leader of the majority party of the House, and the Cabinet conducts affairs of state. St. Kitts and Nevis have a unicameral legislature, known as the National Assembly. It is composed of 14 members, 11 elected representatives, 3 from the island of Nevis, and 3 senators who are appointed by the Governor-General. 2 of the senators are appointed on the advice of the Prime Minister, and 1 on the advice of the Leader of the Opposition. Unlike in other countries, senators do not constitute a separate Senate or upper house of Parliament but sit in the National Assembly alongside representatives. All members serve 5-year terms. The Prime Minister and the Cabinet are responsible to the Parliament. Nevis also maintains its own semi-autonomous assembly. With its Citizenship by Investment program, the government of the Federation has been able to contribute to infrastructure building and many other nation-building concepts and campaigns. Buying a St. Kitts and Nevis citizenship means visa-free travel to all EU countries including Switzerland, UK and Ireland, no residency or visit to St. Kitts needed, tax-free, no income or wealth tax, lifetime citizenship, easy second passport and citizenship for your family members, privacy in small peaceful country, dual citizenship benefits, choice of real estate investment, no personal visit required. Selling passports is big business in this small independent country. Big neighbors, like the United States of America, friendly countries, like European Union nations remain quiet and play along. They welcome these newly multicultural dual citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis passing their immigration with ease, showing a St. Kitts and Nevis passport when doing so. CS Global Partners, a UK-based marketing company, is in business to aggressively advertise for and sell citizenships by countries willing to do so. They are making it very clear in a well-phrased pitch to invest in St. Kitts and Nevis. The real message is that buying a St. Kitts and Nevis citizenship also offers alternative business prospects in one of the fastest-growing economies in the region with ties to financial superpowers like the United States. In a press release circulated by CS Global Partner today, the scheme is targeting wealthy Africans suffering travel restrictions because of the Omicron variant of the coronavirus. CS Global Partners is promising unsuspected Africans that buying citizenship may bypass current COVID-19 travel restrictions put in place by the United States and European countries, and many others. Citizenships for your family of 4 are on sale, $45.00, passports included. The advertorial press release issued by St. Kitts and Nevis today says, "The spread of the latest COVID variant Omicron has proven that we are still far from the end of the pandemic. Though the variant's origins are still unclear, it was first identified in South Africa but has since spread to various regions of the world. While the challenge of the crisis has certainly lessened globally, mostly due to the rate of vaccinations and other preventative measures implemented, fear of the new mutating variant has led to nations like the United States, the United Kingdom, and numerous countries in the European Union to enforce travel restrictions on African countries. These bans have sparked outrage amongst African leaders who argue that travel restrictions do not solve the problem and only harm the economies of developing nations already struggling from the fallout of the pandemic. Passport discrimination is not a new phenomenon for African nations. Even before the pandemic, those holding an African passport were subject to harsher rules and visa bureaucracy, interrupting the way Africans conduct business, access services or see loved ones. Now, the COVID-19 pandemic has become an added obstacle that Africans must face if they hope to move across borders. The pandemic and the travel bans that come with it have led to the emerging trend of affluent Africans obtaining a second citizenship through a popular route known as citizenship by investment. Such programs enable those who can make the required investment, depending on the nation, to acquire citizenship and the life-changing benefits that come with it. COVID-19 has presented one of the greatest challenges of the 21st century, says Micah Emmett, CEO of CS Global Partners, the world's largest government advisory and marketing firm specializing in citizenship by investment, but for Africans, this has only exacerbated pre-existing issues. Second citizenship helps those that want to position themselves globally without the fear that their country of origin will hold them back. Originating in St. Kitts and Nevis, the Caribbean nation is considered the industry's platinum standard brand. In recent years, it has welcomed wealthy Africans and their families to settle and set up businesses in the country. The program is one of the most family-friendly options on the market and boasts the fastest route to second citizenship through its Sustainable Growth Fund option. Under a limited-time offer that expires on 31 December 2021, families of 4 can acquire citizenship for the same price as a single applicant, accounting for a price cut of $45,000.
Thank you for listening to our news update. There's more on youtube.com/travelnewsgroup, or you can read us, of course, in going to our news portal at eTurboNews.com or travelnews.online.